It's on!
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Disney Parks Talk Live at Laughing Place. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the co-founder of this Disney fan site. And with me, as always, is Mike Celestino, our West Coast lead correspondent. Hey, Mike.
Hello, good to be here.
And over there is our East Coast correspondent, Jeremiah.
Hi there. Where is Doobie?
Doobie is currently transporting our son to an orthodontic appointment. So depending on the speed at which that happens, you know, sometimes those are quick, sometimes those aren't. So we'll see. He might show up. He was here last week with you guys, huh? I wasn't.
I don't think I was here. Was I here
No,
last week?
it was me, Doobie, and Tony. So you can imagine how well that went.
Well, hey, I guess we're going to start off with the big news today, and that is the opening date announcement for Cosmic Rewind, the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction coming to Epcot. Jeremiah, since you're the one who's been on the ground there, watching the building rise, watching the walls come up, hopefully the walls come down, how you feeling?
I am so ready for this. Last week we talked a little bit about it because we had a tease, and I have to publish my retraction. Last week I called the Treasures of Xandar run by the Collector. That is incorrect. The Collector is the one who has the tower at Disney's California Adventure. This is the broker, the guy with the best eyebrows in the universe, according to Peter Quill. I am very excited. The promo photos that they've been putting out and all the stuff was great. The video teaser that they put out today was very entertaining. I do think that is filmed in the test track
there you go
lounge, but I'm not sure. And that's definitely not Rocket's voice from the movies. But again, very excited. This coaster, anybody who's not a fan of Guardians, you just don't like fun things. And if you've been on Mission Breakout in Disney California Adventure, you know that it's just going to be pure fun. So this one, the sooner that the AP previews, as they sent out a random email today saying, hey, AP previews are coming, the more I am looking forward to it.
How about you, Mike?
I have several notes. I agree with Jeremiah. It's definitely not Bradley Cooper doing Rocket, but we know that they are going to be in the real cast is going to be in the ride. I guess they just didn't do the ads for the ride. And then I wanted to say about May 27th, we should keep a tally, a running list of how many things are happening on May 27th, because right now it's going to be the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan dropping that day. Star Wars Celebration, the second day of Star Wars Celebration will be that day. And now we've got Cosmic Rewind opening that day. A busy day in the Disney fan
Isn't
community.
that also the return of Fantasmic that night?
You might be right.
I know that was my plan, was to be out there for that, and then this happened, and I was like,
if you're right, then that's even more than I thought it was. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy weekend.
I'm with you, Mike Farnham, in that I love Guardians, and I'm a little worried that this may prove to be a bit more intense than is within my kind of zone of enjoyment. I'm not able to ride the one out in California, the Mission Breakout. Is it Breakout?
Yep.
Yeah, because I am known to pass out on Tower of Terror, so therefore I stopped riding. But I'm eager to see kind of where this falls within the zone. And Doobie points out that Fantasmic is May 28th, so 28th. Right on that cusp, which probably means
I can get on a plane that afternoon and fly out.
Yep. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I think Doobie's excited about it too. I know in our Slack there was debate over the use of Earth and Terra and Terra back and forth within the universe. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where the storyline settles out. I will point out that on my favorite show, Battlestar Galactica, they also switched back and forth between Earth and Terra, so it's not unheard of. So there you go.
You will be very excited when you can sit in the car and have this spacious seat all to yourself. I mean, when I sat in the vehicle a few months ago, I've said this to my friends that are the teeny tiny people, that they will probably have a harder time than people my size, Doobie size, like that can take up more of the space, because the seat is deep and the lap bar comes down. But if you're a tiny body, you could fly around a bit more.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of flying around, the other day I found myself wishing I could be on Web Slingers. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it, but seriously, I was just the other day, I forget what I was working on. I may have been washing dishes, but all of a sudden I was like, man, I wish I was at Web Slingers. Do you guys have that kind of stuff happen to you where you're like in the middle of something mundane and you're like, dude, I wish I could just snap my fingers and be some Disney attraction?
Yeah, I keep saying like I want to do Galactic Starcruiser again. I probably said this on several of our shows, but I'll say it again. The problem is, when we did Galactic Starcruiser, I was too excited to sleep the night before, and I bet that would happen again. So you'd have to surprise me. I would have to get a good night's sleep, and then tell me we're going to Galactic Starcruiser as a surprise. That's the only way I could be like completely well rested to do that.
Okay. Doobie wishes he could be on a Disney cruise whenever he gets to work. How about you, Jeremiah?
I never thought that I would say this, but I would love a Disney cruise right now. I was having that conversation earlier about how excited I am. And to lead into our next topic, I'm excited to go to Castaway and hug a character like Goofy.
I know. Oh, so cool. Let me pull up that story for you, and that is that huggable characters are coming back, right, Jeremiah? You talk a little bit about how excited you are, and I'll try and pull that up.
On it, we had the tease where they TikTok and Instagram showed Mickey, the velvet rope for Mickey being lifted, so we knew something was coming. And then they announced April 16th we'll be able to hug, get autographs, interact closer with our characters, which will be lots of fun. I got a chance to hug Chewie on the Starcruiser, and I definitely cried. So I don't think it's going to be as emotional as I expected, but I'm ready for a Mickey hug.
Nikki B says that she was, as she drives to Seattle, she wishes she was on the People Mover or a pirate's boat or a doom buggy. So there you go. Evil Queen wouldn't mind a cruise. And Mike Farnham points out, as the headline does, that it is April 18th that these announced date for the return of up close, huggable character opportunities. So we're really looking forward to that. I wanted to pull up this comment by Abigail. Abigail is a fan of We Don't Talk About Bruno. So hey, Abigail, we've got exciting news for you.
I thought it was Abigail Disney for a second. Commenting.
Over at It's a Small World at Disneyland Park, they're going to be offering like they do these musical interstitials. That's what I call them. They're like little musical moments, and the It's a Small World facade's going to light up and kind of give you that feeling like the magical house of the Madrigal family. And yeah,
Oh,
very nice. I know.
Wait, when is this? I didn't hear about this.
Oh, okay, Mike, here you go. So coming to the Disneyland Resort beginning April 11th. It's a limited time offering. They're going to have a musical, what we're calling a visual montage across the front of It's a Small World with the song.
Does Benji know about this? I don't think I have a reservation that day, so I don't know
It
if he has
just
somebody.
got announced earlier today.
Okay.
Plus, it's not like
him.
it's going to matter because you can't put up a video or anything without it being shut down right away, because We Don't Talk About Bruno, the biggest Disney song since Lion King at this point. Well, Frozen, but.
And thank you, Nick. You're very sweet. And my husband is very sad because he leaves on April 17th. And so he will be one day shy of hugging characters. So there you go. Poor Doobie. Let's see. Throughout Walt Disney World, Jeremiah, there have been a lot of Easter egg displays. We've been sharing Easter eggs from contemporary Boardwalk and Yacht Club. I know you had a chance to visit some of these.
I made it to the home of the original ones over at the Grand Floridian. Gio, one of our great fans and often a very supporter. I will hug you also, Doobie. Who is here on vacation, has been nice enough to walk into random hotels and send us pictures such as these from the Boardwalk and the Contemporary. Which, it's funny, it used to only be at the Grand Floridian and it would be the entire lobby. And then this year they cut it down, they added in a shop. So it's very nice. But now they've also spread them across the property to make it, more of an Easter egg hunt. Hey, look, I'm Tony.
When we when we lived in Florida, I used to say that the Disney parks holiday celebrations was my way of realizing that we had seasons, because it's not like our weather changed. So it was when I walked into the lobby of the hotel and they had these lovely displays of Easter eggs from the staff there that I knew, oh, okay, it's springtime, and then fall. It was when the pumpkin designs would be there. But I had to share, last year we got there just as they were taking down these displays, and so when we showed up at the Boardwalk Hotel, it looked like this, and I was like, oh, are you serious? I just missed it. And no, instead what was happening was they were taking the little decorations down and they were getting ready to store them, because little known secret, they're not actually like super, like, they're made of edible stuff, but they're able to preserve them in such a way that you don't actually consume them. They're on display and they can bring them back. So they'll last for a little while. So yeah, so they were taking down their display in preparation for storage for the following year. But as Jeremiah points out, we have been talking a lot about the Easter egg hunts that you can they have them at Disneyland and they have them in Florida.
Yeah, we had Alex out at Disneyland doing them just a few days ago while Mike was under such pressure and such a hardship being at WonderCon.
Right.
And he did a great video with Doobie doing the Easter egg hunt around DCA.
Yes.
Yes. The one here at Walt Disney World, I haven't gotten a chance to do. Probably tomorrow I'll actually get some pictures of that one. Sadly, the one at DCA is much, I want to say, a step above the ones that they've had at Walt Disney World, because we've really had the same, I could almost walk every year with the same video and go, oh, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there. Where DCA, they do a pretty good job of changing theirs up.
And Alex had to be a bit, what would you say, adaptable, because I guess his gimbal decided to fail on him. So he had to kind of maneuver all of this on his own. Mike Farnham says Alex did a great job the other day. So if you missed out on our Easter egg hunt at California Adventure, be sure to check that out here on YouTube. And since Gio is taking a moment out of his Walt Disney World vacation, thanks, Gio, so much, as Doobie says, for all the images that you've been sharing with us of your vacation that we've then been able to share with others on Laughing Place. Really, really appreciate that. And I am having so much fun following your vacation. He has had the weather come through where he's been stuck and kind of hold out. You know what that's like, Jeremiah?
The weather here's been quite up and down. We had probably one of the worst storms that I've experienced in many years the other day. Now, I think it was the day Gio got here, where it was cold, wet, and rainy, and very windy. I felt like I was back in Southern California on a nice wet Sunday at Disneyland.
Before we move on to Tokyo, hey, Mike, why don't you share with us a little bit about WonderCon and Anaheim? Maybe especially let Disney fans know, what kind of Disney-oriented fun you found there.
Yeah, so WonderCon takes place, well, in the last, how long has it been? 5 or 6 years that they've been doing it in Anaheim, because it used to be up in the Bay Area, but moved down to the...
It's been 10 years, because it happened. The first year was the first year just before I left.
Mike, don't tell me that. It means I'm older than I think.
It does. Okay, so 10 years, Anaheim Convention Center, right across the street from the Disneyland Resort. I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There were a few pretty good Disney-related panels. I was assigned to cover the 30th anniversary of the X-Men animated series, the one that you saw on Fox Kids in the 90s, if you remember that, which is also available to stream on Disney Plus right now if you want to watch that. So they did a 30th anniversary talking all about the history of the show, and then they dipped into a little bit of the revival that's coming up. It's called X-Men 97, coming to Disney Plus next year from a lot of the same creative talents and voice cast and everything. So it should be pretty exciting. And then the second panel that I covered was the Bob's Burgers movie panel, which I'm excited for. And the whole cast was there, and the creator and the director and the screenwriter, and they all talked about the film and a little bit about the TV show. And then they surprised the whole crowd by showing the first 6 minutes of the movie at the end of the panel, and the whole place went nuts. So that was really exciting. Those are the two that I got assigned. Alex and Benji were both there, and they covered some other Disney related stuff. Then I mostly spent the rest of my time walking around, seeing what kind of Disney stuff I could find on the exhibit hall floor, and I took a lot of cosplay photos. Anytime I saw somebody who had a Disney related interesting looking cosplay, I took a picture. I think my favorite one that I saw was the cardboard box version of the panda from Turning Red, which there it is. You had it ready to go. Look at that. And I think that got a pretty big response on Twitter too. So that was exciting to track that down. But there was a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Marvel, and here and there you'd find some other Disney cosplays as well.
And I have to say, it was one of those things where as I looked at your tweets, both on Laughing Place and on Who's the Boss Mike, it was one of those moments where I'm like, he is in his world.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I couldn't wait for stuff like this to come back. I miss conventions so much. It's been really more than 2 years, or 2 years and change, but since I went to anything like this, and I really missed it. I was really among my element there. I love all that kind of stuff. And I love the people who go to these things, and seeing the cosplay and the dedication and all the merchandise. And I even took some time the first day, I think it was Friday evening. I just had some extra time to kill, and I sat down at one of the demo tables of the board game area, and I had this game company just demo their new role-playing game with me for like 45 minutes. I just sat down and played a role-playing game. It was pretty fantastic. I did not go
You were
as
in a
Lotico.
hotel and you were loaded.
I did not go as Lotico to this, but I have a feeling he may show up at some kind of future event.
Oh, very cool. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for that, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about Lotico a little bit later on. But for now, we're going to hop over to Tokyo, where they have debuted a new show called Shining with You, and it's a review in celebration of the 20th anniversary. It's a stage show, and man, do I wish they had something like this going on right now at Walt Disney World. But it, in essence, takes you through little moments in time of the past 20 years, various anniversary songs and celebrations that they've had at the parks, or various stage shows, the grand opening, and it's just so much fun. Yes, Mr. Jeremiah.
Rebecca, they do have something like that at Disney World. Every time the Princess Cavalcade comes, they have that castle crystal float that has been a part of every single celebration for the past 50 years.
You're right. I do stand corrected. There is a living piece of history involved with the cavalcade. But no, I was watching this. I'm sure you've probably seen a few of these shows when they were happening back throughout time, right, Jeremiah? I don't know how frequently.
Movies, everything, yeah, especially Tokyo Disney Sea, because they do a great job of sharing all of their celebrations, whether it be videos that are sold or people that definitely recorded them. I would kill to see this in person, just because it is always so amazing, and we don't understand how much Tokyo Disney Sea puts into their entertainment. Like, they have something new just about every month. And everything has a new song, a new parade, or a new water show. So they do an amazing job over there. I cannot wait to get back to Tokyo at some point in the future.
And an example of that is they brought back, after a hiatus, they brought back their Disney Easter event. It's happening now through late June, and it's this wacky parade where the characters are chasing the Usatama.
Usatama on parade.
Yeah, and they're these little Easter eggs with bunny ears.
Is that my video?
And I believe this is your video.
Okay.
It's a Laughing Place video.
Yes,
I do not know. Okay. And so this parade has returned. I think it's been several years since the characters in these brightly colored Easter outfits have made their way through the Tokyo parks. But we've got video and images of the parade on Laughing Place. So be sure and check it out. I think Doobie is asking Mike see this. Do you want to go to Tokyo Disney Sea or back on the Starcruiser?
If I was presented that option, I would go to Tokyo because I've been wanting to go there forever. So I do really want to do Starcruiser again, but I'd rather see something I haven't seen before.
Okay, there you go. So now you have it. He loved the Starcruiser, but he wants to do something he hasn't done. Over here in the States, the Disneyland president, I guess the president of the Disney Resort, technically, Ken Potrock, he had a lengthy, was it an interview with the Orange County Register, you guys, or was it an event that was then reported by the Register? I haven't dug deep into it. Do you guys know by chance?
I don't.
I believe it was something that they were at that they just pulled that information from. I didn't read all of it. I did feel that it was kind of strange that he's calling it that they're just in the middle of it, where I know Walt Disney World, we've been open almost a year longer, but I feel like I went from Disneyland one week to Walt Disney World the next, and Disneyland almost feels more alive and more back to normal than Walt Disney World does.
Well, he was talking about how the workforce at pre-pandemic levels was about 32,000, and then it dipped all the way down to 2,000 through furloughs and layoffs of COVID. And then over the past year, they've rehired, and so they're back up to 30,000 cast members. But as far as overall, he's describing it as, as you say, halfway there. And you can read more about the president of Disneyland Resort, Ken Potrock, his thoughts on kind of how this reopening is going at Disney California Adventure on Laughing Place. We'll have links below to some of these articles that we've been discussing here. And also the Disney Institute at Walt Disney World, they're bringing back their in-person classes. That's a lot of like business training and a lot of those kinds of courses. So those are coming back as well. So we're just seeing a lot more of that in-person kind of experiences that Disney has offered previously. And they announced a pin celebration is coming in August. So we've got a little bit of information on this upcoming event. Jeremiah, you're the pin trader here.
So they've done, during the pandemic, the 2 years, they did virtual pin events. The first year was 2 days, which was very strange, and they had some great videos, but the second year they tried to do it all in one day, which was entertaining because I want to say that I was at Disneyland following the pin event on my phone and writing things as I was going through the parks. But this with the one family has just been announced, and that will be the return of the in-person pin events, and it'll take place in Epcot. And the Disney One family is going to be really a lot of every aspect of the Disney company: Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, Pixar, 20th century stuff that they will bring in, Pandora, they'll have Avatar type stuff, and of course the original Disney. So this pin event, I think, will probably be one of the biggest ones that they've ever done, and it'll mark the return of the in-person pin event, which means 3 hours staying in line to trade off a pin board for me.
I was going to say, you can see over Mike's shoulder that he's collected a few pins over the years. I know I have a few pins, and I know Jeremiah has a few pins. He's like, let's see what he can get a hold of.
Let me see. I have my... let's see. I have my rare, especially now that you can't seem to get it. Member pin or land pin of going to Batu.
I was
Oh,
just
there you
looking at
go.
that.
And as of today, or as of yesterday, they still only have the buttons available in the land or on the Halcyon. So we'll see if those are back in stock anytime soon. And another especially rare one that we don't talk about, the Halcyon pin. Not going to say anything more about that.
I have a bowling pin, Mike. Mine says Splitsville on it.
These are some of the. I know
Let's see.
Mike has some of these. Don't mind me as I fall.
My pin bag is in the other room. I can't just easily like haul out pins.
So these were pins that were given if you do a VIP tour. See, those have Mickey
those
and
are
Minnie
cool.
ears.
Those are cute.
And then special, Mike has this one also. The oh no, Mike, you have these. This one was special for the 50th anniversary. You can
Nice.
see that there is a castle at the top.
I was like 2 months early.
Yeah, you have these two, right, Mike? You got when we were for the the big powwow.
Yep, those are the ones that Mike has.
I think those are all the ones I have within.
One of these days, we'll just have to have an LP, like not pin trading, but like an LP pin showcase where we all like come and bring like our favorite however many pins, and we can just kind of go between all of us and show the various pins we have, because I'm sure it's quite an eclectic collection as well as wide, a wide span of eras as well. Because my pin trading was like way back in the 90s. I stopped pretty quickly, so.
And this is the part where Doobie would be referring to the media pin trading pin.
Yep, that would be one of the ones I would show. Would be my. There you go. We'll call it Pin Envy. Could be fun.
This is probably my favorite non-Disney pin, although I guess it might be Disney now. This came with the original Salmon computer game from LucasArts.
Oh, jeez.
Dude.
30 years old.
Oh, speaking of pins, apparently over at the Contemporary, Jeffrey spotted a new Orange Bird pin, some other goodies. I was telling him to be sure to check out the Contemporary because they have a lot of really fun kind of mod era style merchandise. So time for fireworks, hopefully. So enjoy that, Gio. In the meantime,
with mod like B. Arthur?
Yes. Exactly like B. Arthur.
No, neither one of you who were here last week. We cannot start making Tony jokes. I had to deal with that and Doobie encouraging him all last week.
I know. I was laughing because I had all these headlines and I'm looking at the clock and I'm going, wow, we got through everything quite rapidly. And I'm like, because I don't derail in the same way that Doobie and Tony do.
Yeah.
I'm more focused. I don't have that skill. I stay on target.
What? Stay on target. Stay on target.
Speaking of targets, Mike, you and your team have been crafting this amazing web series. Part 2 posted recently. Tell us a little bit. Get us excited. Make us watch it.
Okay. I don't know if I've said this publicly before. It's going to be a 5-part series total. There are 2 parts available on YouTube. It's called Antiquities, a Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser story. It stars the Star Wars character that I created, Lodico Fendon, played by me. And I have many people helping me put this together, including Jeremiah there, who was kind enough to be my cameraman on the ship itself. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm actually editing 3 right now, and I think it's going to be a hit. It's where the fun begins, I guess, to put it in Star Wars terms.
I am super pumped to. I keep saying that, but and then I think of the Uber series I'm watching, and then I don't want to say that, but I'm excited for where the series is going. I very much have enjoyed the introductory episode and then part 1. So yeah. Woo.
I can't wait.
So
to
part
watch
3 will
it
be
all.
released.
I can't wait to
Part
watch
3
it
will
all
be
going,
released.
"Oh, yeah." You go, Mike.
I will be releasing part 3 a week from this Friday on April 15th.
Okay. And
That's all I
Jeremiah,
had to say.
you will be excited to see your experiences as realized through the lens of Lodico Fendon, huh?
I will be more excited to see how things translate for the editing, because the amount of videos that Mike and I today just went through, and we're, you thankfully put together that checklist, and I was going through looking at everything. And we have a few videos that I shot that are up on YouTube. Mike has a lot from his media event, and then this. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they're like, "Well, I'm not sure I'll ever do it, but I want to know what it is." I was like, "Go to Laughing Place's YouTube channel. We have, I think we may be missing the bathroom part. Like I cut off before I hit too much of the bathroom, but I think we have from the entrance to exit we have covered.
At the very least, we have a photo of the back of the bathroom stall
Yes.
with that sign that's in there.
I was going to say our coverage is exhaustive on it. Not exhausting. It's lovely and a lot of fun. And
Oh no, it was exhausting.
It was also exhausting. Yes.
Something that next time I do, I'm not going to touch my phone other than use my data pad. I'm like, there are a few photos I want to get, but just be in the moment there.
Yeah. Well, let's see. That pretty much catches you up on what's been happening in the world of Disney theme parks. Laughing Place will always keep you up to date on all things Disney, both here and around the world. So be sure to check out laughingplace.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That's laughing_place on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. That's where we share the pretty stuff, the really nice photos, it's the we make Disney pretty Instagram moments.
I'm going to rename that. It's no longer the Laughing Place Instagram. It's where we make Disney pretty.
Make Disney pretty. And on Laughing Place, this YouTube channel, we have varying programs throughout the week. You'll see Mike again later this week. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday, discussing Star Wars, because he's our director of Star Wars content here on Laughing Place. So he'll be back for that, huh, Mike?
I sure will.
And I'll be back tomorrow with our site manager, Rebecca Burbank, and we will be talking about the latest in Disney merchandise. As an example, a new Dumbo, black and white Dumbo print has appeared, Dooney and Bourke at the Disney parks. So we'll be talking about that and other merchandise. On Wednesdays, we have Marvel Time, bringing you the latest like they discuss the latest episodes of Moon Knight. They discuss comic books. You'll find all kinds of information about Marvel there. And Tuesdays at 7:30 Pacific, we have a live Disney trivia contest. You can compete head to head with fellow Disney fans. We have 2 quizzes about 12 to 15 questions apiece, and on all aspects of the Disney company. So that happens here on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 7:30. So be sure to check those out. If you're just catching us now, rewind, watch from the beginning, see all the stuff you missed. If you had a good time, give us a like. Yeah, give us a like.
In fact, you should go back to the beginning of Laughing Place and watch every video and figure out the secret message that's hidden if you watch all of them.
What is our first video on Laughing Place YouTube? Let me. How about we kill some time, since Doobie thinks that he's going to make it home in time.
Oh, apparently we'll be accompanying Gio on his trip back to the airport with barely necessities. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to decide if I should kind of vamp and kill time until Doobie gets here and really takes the shot rails, because he says he'll be back shortly. So
you should do that and then end the stream immediately as soon as he
walks in
camera.
and
as soon as he goes, hey, clink, we're off.
That would work for me. Did you find it yet, Jeremiah?
I cannot find just a way to look at what our videos were. So
I don't even know when we I don't even know when we started like the YouTube channel, because the site itself goes back to 99. That's when we first started, way back when, just so you know, when we first started Laughing
It
Place,
predates
we would take
YouTube, in
photos.
fact.
We would take photos, go to a 1-hour photo place, develop them, take them home, scan them, and upload them to a website.
Oh wait,
I'm nice. I didn't turn it off.
Our first video, and this is quite fitting, was Big Blue World from the Finding Nemo musical, parentheses Disney.
Hey guys, how's it going?
This video
Shaft.
is. Hey.
So, whew, I'm too
So
tired
do
to
we
talk
know
now.
who on November 26th, probably not November 26th, but sometime around Thanksgiving of 2006, went and saw Finding Nemo the musical?
Okay, where do we start?
Nope, you missed it off.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of excited, but not really sure it belongs here. Let me get some camera. Not really sure it belongs in Epcot. I'm still reserving judgment on that. It's kind of light and fluffy for Epcot. Epcot's got a gravitas to it. Whew. Okay. What was after that?
Rebecca, you already logged us off, right? We're not live anymore,
Easter
correct?
eggs.
It's done.
Easter eggs are beautiful. Love Easter eggs. I'm glad they're spreading them around the resort. Do they have them at the Grand Californian too? I can't remember.
They have in the past.
Okay, Mike, next time you're there, you got time. Get over to the Grand Californian and check them out, see if they have some eggs. Let's see. Camp Potrock. Yeah, halfway. That is kind of surprising. Although I figure like when May comes around, Fantasmic starts, Electrical Parade, that takes her from like 50% to like 90% overnight, what else I missed? Dooney and Bourke. I like that we got the inside, the pictures of the inside. That's due to you guys. Just for the record, I created the list of the alphabet, the missing files.
Thank you, Doobie.
I just wanted to point that out. It's not important. Doesn't matter, but it was me. Anything else? WonderCon. Looks like fun. Mike, like I said, you didn't put my comment up, but when he was talking about how happy he was to be back there, it was like a pig in slop. Sitting there with board games. It's like, Mike, that's as happy as you can be, right, Mike?
There's so many board games that I want, and they're all very expensive. But yes, I was very happy to.
Did you offer to do reviews for them?
I don't know. I just feel guilty. Send me a free one.
What about Tokyo, Doobie? What did you think of the new show and stuff in Tokyo?
Tokyo is always so exciting. Like you said, their entertainment's just like boom, 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 boom. I'm very jealous of that because as a regular when I'm a regular park goer, that's what I look for is just new entertainment. I don't want to wait in line for the rides, but I'm going all the time. I want new food and new entertainment. So I'm very jealous of the Tokyo people. And given a choice between Disney Sea and the Starcruiser, I would choose the Starcruiser. But I haven't been, so that's
I think we should do this every week. Just have Doobie come on the last minute and a half and recap.
That'd be a good segment. I like that.
That's our son Gideon, who was at the orthodontist. Let's see. For me, I really want to see Tokyo Disney Sea because I saw Tokyo Disneyland. It was in its infancy when I saw it, but I did see Tokyo Disneyland. But I haven't made it back since it had it added its sister park, and I would very much like to see it as a full resort. So,
yeah,
more than Starcruiser.
It would be a tough one
because I feel like if somebody offered that to me, the likelihood I can make the Starcruiser kind of happen on my own is more likely than
honestly
than Sea.
I'd rather go to Paris. I would probably go Paris, Starcruiser, Tokyo.
Nope.
Paris, Starcruiser, Tokyo. Disney Cruise, Paris, Starcruiser, Tokyo.
I will say this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You would go to Disneyland Paris, you'd be like, wow, this is really pretty. And that's about it. Like, the rides aren't, it's not like Tokyo where everything is.
You don't understand what I appreciate about theme parks.
Doobie. That would be what Doobie likes about Disney.
I like my theme parks like I like my women.
He likes to sit. I have no idea what that means.
Very pretty.
But for me, it would be Aulani, Tokyo, Paris.
Yeah, when is the Aulani trip for your birthday planning happening? So I can just start getting.
That's when we get back from our spring trip. It's time to start planning in earnest for Rebecca's 50th, our 25th. anniversary.
Laughing Places anniversary party.
You're not going, Jeremiah. You're not going.
What part of anniversary trip fails to?
Laughing Places anniversary.
You know, maybe it can be a combination anniversary honeymoon trip, Jeremiah.
I'm surprised you didn't just turn off the stream right then. Doobie tries to marry everybody off.
I mean, just ask Mike. Getting married for him was one of the most memorable days.
But not the most memorable.
Poor people who just turned in and they're like, what's going on?
Hey,
here?
don't call our watchers poor. They're all great.
No. I feel bad.
Thank you, Jay, for seeing us and adding us. That's very nice of you. And for all of you who just tuned in, that is Shaft. He is on Laughing Place weekly. Please
What do you guys
follow,
think?
like us.
Trying something new here. What do you guys think? Never had facial hair in my life.
Nope.
No from Jeremiah, Mike? Okay. I trust the no's much more than I trust the yeses. Yeah, exactly. Also, tomorrow is National Caramel Day, so look for caramel all over the Walt Disney World, especially at the caramel place at Epcot.
It's funny, I will be at Epcot tomorrow, so I will definitely go over.
You must get some caramel tomorrow, Jeremiah. Find the most unusual caramel thing you can. Are you guys a caramel or a caramel people?
Caramel.
Caramel, wrong. Find the most unusual caramel thing you can, and then film yourself eating it.
Did the No Way Jose have a caramel?
Yeah.
Yeah. At Beaches and Cream. I don't even know if it's still there, but that was there.
Well, it was last time I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gio will be at Epcot. He'll keep an eye out for you. Be careful.
I will look for you, Gio. If you see me, come and get me. Let's do a tweet together.
Oh, that'd be fun. You guys can both do the dance together.
We can both go spin that wheel.
Leprechaun done.
Yep. Oh, well.
All right. Thank you guys for waiting for me. I appreciate it. Should have combed my hair before I came on, but oh well.
Bye, you guys.